Okay, before you watch this video, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I hold nothing back. I'm going to tell you the spoilers straight off the cuff. So if you haven't seen the film, please don't watch this video. Do not watch this. You can respond to it after you watch the film, but do not watch it. Do not watch it. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. Okay, I've told you that in the title and spoilers now, so watch at your own peril. Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world, the world of Wayne, and you know the bags under my eyes have gone now because last night at 1 minute past midnight I went to see Star Wars The Last Jedi, and yeah, I've been waiting for this film for so long, and obviously seeing the trailer I made myself a promise that I wasn't going to have any reviews, any things on social media, and I completely steered clear. So I went into this not knowing an absolute thing, only what I saw in the trailer. And first off, when the crawl happened, which happened about 25 past 12 in our cinema, 25 past midnight, you still got people walking in, so that was annoying, but obviously that's no resemblance on the film. But people, if you're going to watch a film, get there in time. It's bloody annoying to have to keep standing up and sitting down and look at you when you're trying to get through with all your popcorn and drinks. Just get there earlier. Anyway, film starts with Poe Dameron going gung-ho on the Imperial or the First Order destroyer, and that's where I started to think, hang on a minute, this is a little bit overkill, but you never know, he's a super duper pilot. It could happen, and he pretty much single-handedly takes down every cannon. A little bit of banter. I do like the comedy in this film, I have to say. I know a lot of people that I've already read reviews on are saying that this spoils the film, but yep, comedy for me was good. And basically they have a bombing run on this destroyer, which Poe Dameron had specific instructions not to do. So he did it anyway. When he comes back from all that, obviously 3/4 of the people that he was fighting against are now completely destroyed, and he gets demoted. That's the first thing that didn't make sense. You know, in every other world, he would have been completely stripped of command, and he'd probably be thrown in the brig as well for disobeying orders. But, you know, this is this new version of Star Wars. Don't get me wrong, I do like this film. I'm just showing you the extreme plot points, which just don't make any sense to me at all. But then it goes over to Rey, and obviously she's meeting Luke, and they had the dramatic effect at the end of Force Awakens where she's handing him the lightsaber just for Luke to go, and throw it away. Yeah, that wouldn't happen either. You know, comedy for the sake of comedy, I reckon. They've got him milking some sort of giant space cow for the effect, with great big, yeah, you know what I mean. When you see this film, you're going to understand where I'm coming from, but please don't watch this if you haven't seen the film, because major spoilers. Anyway, so that was a little bit jargon that, you know, he don't want to train her, she wants him to train her, and they don't understand why, so she follows him around until he, a little bit like Fight Club, you know, having to stand outside the building as a space monkey, hoping that one day you'll eventually get let in. But obviously, Luke decides to train her, and she finds out all the secrets of Kylo Ren and stuff like that. Then you've got, it goes back to the battle that they're having in space, and this is where things start to get completely and utterly crazy. First off, in the heat of the battle, they're trying to outrun the First Order in their ships, and the ships are moving exactly the same speed, and they can't keep up with each other. Just remember that point, because I'm going to come back to that in a minute. You've got a massive explosion before this happens, which blasts the bridge and kills pretty much everyone on the bridge, including Leia and including Admiral Akbar. But no. The best point of the film where they could have actually wrote off Leia's character, obviously with Carrie Fisher dying, they decided to completely ignore that and have what people are now calling the Mary Poppins moment. It didn't need to be done big time. How can the writers not have just said, okay, this is the end of the straw? Because they had a year to plan this after Carrie Fisher's death. This is the end of the line. This would be a good place to, you know, kill off the character. This is what we're going to have to do. Because obviously now this is going to happen in the third one, and they haven't got any storyline based, as far as I know, they're not even making a CGI character of her. So what, they're just going to start it by saying Princess Leia died or something like that? I don't know, but they could have wrote off this character at that point, because she plays no significance in that film from that point onwards. The only thing she did was burst into a room and stun Poe Dameron, when that could have been done with any other character. So the Mary Poppins moment, yeah, after that I completely lost the film. I love porks. Porks are good. More porks. Loads of porks. Reminded me of Tribbles, actually, in Star Trek. But yeah, porks are really good, and the comedy on that area is really good. Then we come to Snoke. Snoke was really good and become a lovable character, unlike what he was in the first one, just being the hologram and stuff like that. But his death was, matter of fact, they built up this big bad in Force Awakens and, you know, really elevated him in this film, and then just, you know, killed him quickly off the cuff, matter of fact. And then that made me think, well, who's the big bad now? It can't be Kylo Ren, because Kylo Ren got his ass handed to him by Rey in The Force Awakens. But yep, Kylo Ren's now the big bad. That don't make sense at all. Anyway, so we've got these frigates still trying to outrun each other. Slowly, slowly, slowly. They can't catch them. But they get this idea that they need a code breaker, which is where the story just goes, let's throw in any old thing, they'll buy it. So they get Finn and oh, what's her name? It's Rose, to get on a ship and try and find this code breaker that Maz, so they just bunged her in from The Force Awakens, to go to this planet where this casino is and try and find this code breaker, which they managed to outrun everything to get out the system, land on this planet. Made no sense at all. Race around on some animals, find a code breaker, which isn't the code breaker they're looking for, Benicio del Toro's character, and then bring him back to the First Order ship to crack a code. They could have thought of another way to get this character involved in this without having to go out the system, come back in the system, and make out that these slow ships and all of that don't make a difference, because these ships can go really quick between them. That whole scene, I mean, that must have been going on for 20 minutes or something like that. It didn't need to be there. This is the longest Star Wars film there is at the moment. They didn't need to make the amount of CGI. That spoilt it for me. I did have a comment from one of my friends saying that it reminded them of the when Han Solo releases the I can't remember the name of the things, the big creatures on the on his massive cargo ship that's holding the Millennium Falcon. That didn't need to be there. Didn't advance the story. The whole casino scene wasted it for me, and it was probably a plant for the little scene that you see at the end with the little boy, but that was so forced, and, you know, didn't do it for me at all. Okay, let's talk about Rey. For The Force Awakens, they build up her heritage, where her parents come from, where she got this force ability from, where did she get all the midichlorians that are inside her, making this so powerful with a force. And in this film, we finally get the reveal. You know, she goes through all of these different scenarios to find out who her parents are, and in the end, Kylo Ren comes out with a great bombshell. Yeah, they're no one, they're just paupers, they're buried in the grass. Just throw away, you know, all of that build up, throw away, don't care. And then just when you think that they can't put any more things in the film just to throw curveballs or to surprise you and stuff like that, they do the whole thing with the Jedi tomes, where they say how precious they are. All the way from Rogue One, all the way through all the films, these Jedi tomes have been protected by Luke. Only for, let's bring in Yoda. So Yoda appears and helps Luke destroy them with a lightning bolt. And then you get the big reveal that, you know, Kylo Ren saying it was Luke's fault, he was trying to kill me, and then Luke saying, no, I realised he's bad and I couldn't change him, so I was going to destroy him then. And they finally catch up with the fleet, so they have to land on the planet, and Kylo Ren comes down wanting to destroy them all, and then that's when Luke makes his dramatic appearance again. And Kylo Ren wants to destroy him, so he aims every single bit of artillery on Luke and blasts him to pieces. But then Luke does the old, you know, really funny line. It was funny. Everyone's cheered. They like that. But then don't you think Kylo Ren will be saying, well, hang on, he didn't even get touched there. You know, is that real? So obviously the big reveal when he's actually fighting him and Luke isn't actually there. He's using some force technique. That was wasted. And then Luke just disappears off a rock after that from exhaustion, I guess. I don't know. So he goes. And there's so many plot holes in this film, and it dragged out. Now, I'm hoping it's because it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. But, I don't know. I'm ranting. As you can see, I'm ranting because I liked the film, but it weren't the greatest. You know, it's a little bit of a level above Phantom Menace to me. And which is a letdown because the trailers made it look absolutely brilliant. But, no.